as well as buy a stock.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grande.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Go to my podcast, YouTube, and Rumble every day. That's philsgang.com.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners and shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. To be a successful investor, you need to stay current with the daily changes in the economy and the stock market. Phil Grande and philsgang.com can be your guide to becoming a better investor. Try the free 10-day trial at philsgang.com for the working investor. From the opening bell to the closing, stay informed with what's happening in real time. The Working Investor program includes full access to the Phil's Gang website, a morning update on what to look for that day on Wall Street, a market wrap on that day's trading, plus seminars, training, and tools to help you become a better investor. Go to philsgang.com for a free 10-day trial. After that, it's just $59.95 a month for membership, daily updates, training, software, and the best investing advice every day. You can invest with the best. Phil Grande and philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. philsgang.com. Why are investors listening to Phil Grande of philsgang.com?
You know why people listen to my show? Because I make it simple. When you talk about the stock market, they make it so complicated. I make it easy to understand. For the average investor, the Main Street investor, most of the time, these guys, like they're talking to each other. We talk directly to you and we listen to you.
Invest better with the sound advice of Phil Grande at philsgang.com.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grande and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. To be a successful investor, you need to stay current with the daily changes in the economy and the stock market. Phil Grande and philsgang.com can be your guide to becoming a better investor. Try the free 10-day trial at philsgang.com for the working investor. From the opening bell to the closing, stay informed with what's happening in real time. The Working Investor program includes full access to the Phil's Gang website, a morning update on what to look for that day on Wall Street, a market wrap on that day's trading, plus seminars, training, and tools to help you become a better investor. Go to philsgang.com for a free 10-day trial. After that, it's just $59.95 a month for membership, daily updates, training, software, and the best investing advice every day. You can invest with the best. Phil Grande and philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
Phil Grande here, Phil's Gang Radio Show. Tired of Wall Street's games? We've got the antidote. Learn the art of short selling. And then you're going to gain a top-notch stock market education with Phil's Gang and philsgang.com. We're so confident you'll love it because we're offering a 10-day free trial to our working investor program. No gimmicks, just real strategies. Sign up to a Phil's Gang membership today and take control of your financial future. Visit www.philsgang.com now. Hi, I'm Phil Grande of philsgang.com. Over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records, and the Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
There looks to be a rash of optimism breaking out over the economy.
Optimism's breaking over the economy. Where's he seeing the optimism?
The economy is remaining strong.
Wow. Unbelievable, isn't it? Listen to this.
We see the same thing other people see, which is a strong economy, which really put up quite a performance in 2023.
To me, we have the strongest economy perhaps I have ever seen.
It's just unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, just unbelievable. I mean, this is, I mean, that is so far from the truth. They just won't tell you the truth. Everything's fine. The economy's strong. It's not. I mean, if they would just tell the people the truth, and let's work with the truth, everything would be fine then. But the problem is, you got the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve don't work for the people. The Federal Reserve works for the oligarchs, for the corporations, for Wall Street, not for Main Street. If everything's so good as they're saying, then why the hell is it, and I talked about this yesterday, I think, that our Economic Conference Board is a watchdog over our economy, has been saying for 20 months, our leading economic indicators are all negative. Never before, for 20 months, have our leading economic indicators been all negative. Never. Consumer price index is negative. Employment cost index, employment situation, producer price index, productivity and cost, real earnings, all negative. U.S. import and export price indexes, all negative. And that's leading to why we have a breath crisis. I mean, look, talking about a breath crisis. We were talking about that this morning in class, that the Magnificent Seven, if you remember 2022, they said, oh, these stocks get in, they're going to go crazy, they're going to go up. Well, they didn't. They went down 46%. And then the geniuses in 2023 said, all the Magnificent Seven stocks are going to go down. They're wrong again. They went up 111%. But the point is, there's only two stocks Only 2 stocks so far this year. We're up about 2% in the S&P. 2 stocks is driving that. 2. In 2023, we had 5 out of 7 magnificent stocks driving to 24%. That's it. If you really look at 5 stocks drove that 24% S&P gain. 5. You want to talk about bad breath? Come on. That's one of the Conference Board's negative indicators. Consumer pricing. We still have prices that are up 30%, 20% since Biden's been in office. Hasn't changed. Oh, dropped a little. I'm not saying it hasn't dropped. Inflation has dropped. But that's like saying, hey, look at that. The water dropped from 10 feet down to 2 feet. Yeah, but you still can drown. That's like the inflation. We dropped from 9%, which is a lie, down to 3%. What's the difference? You're still drowning in inflation. They're not doing what they should be doing. What they're all they're working is bailing out the banks. And nobody's talking about, it's right around the corner. We have the banking crisis, the Bank Term Funding Program. That's coming due in March. And what's going to happen, the same thing that happened to us between 2008 and 2009, we all got screwed, you and I, because what happened to the banks that went down then? They went in, the Fed, in Congress together, and they said to all the banks, we'll buy all your bad subprime mortgages, we'll buy all your trash assets, we'll buy all your underperforming treasuries, and we're going to give you 100 cents on the dollar, even though they're only worth 10 cents on the dollar. Well, what do you think they're doing now? Remember, we had a crisis in March of 2023, a banking crisis. The only way they kicked that can down the road, and remember, we had 3 banks, but there's 180 banks behind that are all going broke. They're insolvent. So they're going to do the same thing. They're going to print all this money, and you and I, the taxpayer, are going to go to those 180 banks and bail them out, just like in 2008, 2009. We're going to say, give us all your garbage, stuff you're losing money on, and we'll buy it. And here's the problem. All this other stuff that they put on their balance sheet that they buy every week from the banks and corporations, you always notice how their Fed balance sheet in 2008 was $850 billion, and then it went to $8 trillion, and it never drops much from that $8 trillion. That's because that's why interest rates go up. When you have the Federal Reserve keep buying garbage from corporations that are doing bad instead of letting them go down, buying garbage from the banks that are doing bad instead of letting them go down, and keep putting on their balance sheet, interest rates go up and hurt us, hurts Main Street. So anytime you hear them say, well, we got $8 trillion on the balance sheet, nobody knows what that means. Nobody knows what the consequences are. Nobody talks about it because they don't understand it. Or they'd be 15 buses down there in Congress, 20 buses, 100 buses, saying, what the hell are you doing? What's this Federal Reserve? I got to pay more for interest on my car, interest on my home. I got to pay more for everything because they're bailing out. No one's bailing me out. Look at the student loans. $100 billion for 3 years. They didn't have to pay that $100 billion a year for each year. $100 billion, those payments weren't paid. Instead, people took the money and put it into the economy. Well, that's great. No, it's not. They just come back to, look at this, look how the economy grew. Well, wait a minute. You grew it by saying to the people who have $100 billion, they're supposed to be paying those $100 billion payments every year, and you tell them not to make the payments? Go and buy. How's that help America? How's that help us? How's that help the hardworking family who do things right and work hard and try to save and they have second jobs and third jobs? How's that help them? Ridiculous. But I'm telling you what we're coming up against now. And I told my gang members again this morning. We got into this market. We got into the stocks early on, before the rally. And I know you heard me say it here on radio and my podcast. You got to get into these markets before they rally, and we did. We got into the markets in October, a lot of our stocks. And the stocks that drove this market up last Friday, we were in those real early. And so now we just got to be careful to make sure that, we turn around and we get out and switch our position and start shorting. But it's going to go up more. Not much more. But remember what they're telling everybody. Rate cuts, rate cut, rate cut. This is a rate cut craze. This is the AI craze combined with the rate cut craze. This is insane. The people have no idea what's coming. No idea. We'll be back with a lot more. Join my gang, Phil's gang. Peace out.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Phil Grande has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free. If anything, during that 10-day period, you're going to learn how the market really works. You're going to find information that you never had before. You're going to walk away and go, I didn't know that. So join my gang for 10 days free, philsgang.com. And you're also going to learn how to make money when the market goes down. It's kind of silly just sitting there when the market going down, hoping. Why hope when you can sell short and make money? Either way, you make money when the market goes up, you make money when the market goes down. That's the benefit of Phil's Gang. You make money.
Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level.
philsgang.com. Sign up free for 10 days.
What does it take to be a successful investor in the stock market? Developing your skills and learning from an expert like Phil Grande and philsgang.com.
It doesn't have to be hard or complicated to learn how to invest in stocks properly. It's like anything else. You're going to golf, or you're going to learn how to play tennis, ski. You need to be with someone. Learn off of them, one-on-one. Now, that can be really expensive, cost thousands of dollars. But I have a program that you can join for 10 days free.
Go to philsgang.com and sign up for a free 10-day trial. Phil Grande has developed tools to teach you how to invest in stocks properly. Not only when to buy stocks, but how to sell stocks short.
85% of people in the market lose money. Get out of that group by just joining Phil's Gang.
Now you can learn to invest like a pro with a pro, Phil Grande. Take advantage of this special offer for a free 10-day trial at philsgang.com.
Try it. 10 days free.
That's philsgang.com.
philsgang.com.
Are you a stock market investor without all the information?
What are you, nuts? Market's going up, market's going down. We're getting all this bad information.
How do you invest intelligently? Phil Grande can show you.
If you want real information and you really want to know what the market's going to do and you want the truth, go to my site, philsgang.com, and also listen to me on my radio show every weekday at 3 o'clock Eastern.
Phil's got the answers at philsgang.com.
That's philsgang.com, where you get the truth and you get the information you need about the market.
To be a successful investor, you need to stay current with the daily changes in the economy and the stock market. Phil Grande and philsgang.com can be your guide to becoming a better investor. Try the free 10-day trial at philsgang.com for the working investor. From the opening bell to the closing, stay informed with what's happening in real time. The Working Investor program includes full access to the Phil's Gang website, a morning update on what to look for that day on Wall Street, a market wrap on that day's trading, plus seminars, training, and tools to help you become a better investor. Go to philsgang.com for a free 10-day trial. After that, it's just $59.95 a month for membership, daily updates, training, software, and the best investing advice every day. You can invest with the best. Phil Grande and philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. philsgang.com. Want good investing advice from someone you can trust? Listen to Phil Grande.
With what's going on today in the economy, especially in the stock market, it gets really complicated, but it doesn't have to be. My job is to make it simple, to get through the fog. And I think I do that, and I think I do a pretty good job of that, especially why you should be buying a stock, or why you should be in the market or not in the market, or shorting.
Invest wisely with the knowledge of Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You can be a successful investor in the stock market by knowing what the market is going to do.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. God, you go nuts listening to these shows on TV, Kramer, any of them. I mean, they're giving you total garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. One day they tell you, buy this stock. Next day, don't buy the stock. Then you have two people on the show. One guy saying buy it, the other guy says don't buy it. So the question is, what the hell do you do? Well, we don't have questions here at Phil's Gang. And they never have to ask the question, what do you think the market's going to do? My members always know what the market's going to do because they've learned how to follow the money. That's right, follow the money. You don't follow fundamentals, you follow the money. And what is that? That's volume. That's the buyers and the sellers. And the other thing, you got to learn how to sell a stock as well as buy a stock.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grande.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Go to my podcast, YouTube, and Rumble every day. That's philsgang.com.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Welcome back to Phil's Gang. So if we go and really take a look at the market right now, continue to stay with the market, because as I told you, what is the stock market? What is a chart? It ascertains all of the information that we used to have to do ourselves. No more. And it will take that information and then it spits out pricing. Here's the pricing. And as long as the pricing is going up, pricing power, you stay with the market. No matter how they're doing it, they can rig it all they want. We don't care. We're not here to change the market. Like, hey, we're now seeing God, we're going to change the market. This is awful. God, Wall Street are a bunch of crooks. No. You know nothing about fundamentals I really get. They always tell you, right, when they're talking to you about a stock, and they get into all this stuff that most people don't even understand. Here, listen to this. I was listening to this today. I had a laugh. I think this is the one. Look how they talk to impress each other.
What people forget is memory pricing collapsing was a massive boon to margins for Apple, which helped cover up a lot of other problems. But as we saw recently with Micron beating and raising forward numbers and prices turning, memory prices, after getting absolutely slaughtered, are now on their way back up. And that's going to put some pressure on overall margins going forward, because we can try to talk about services all we want, but at the end of the day, the earnings are being driven by what's going on with the iPhone, because if services could offset everything, your EPS wouldn't have gone down 10% over the course of the last 12 months for the fourth quarter they're about to report.
So, what does that mean? Do you buy Apple? Do you sell Apple? What the hell does that mean? That's what I'm saying. All you need to do with a chart, if you have the right chart, it will tell you exactly what to do with Apple. Because charting will take all that information and more information and sorts it out and tells you what you should do with Apple, what you should do with NVIDIA and Meta, Ford, GE, IBM, the home builders. Because at the end of the day, all that garbage that they talk about that nobody understands, and they don't even understand, they just try to oppress each other. It all comes down to one thing. Is there more money going into the stock or less money? If money is being taken out by the big guys, it's going to go down. If money's put in by the big guys, it's going to go up. And when the tourists get in, it's going to go up more for a short period of time. because the shorts get squeezed. And when it goes up for a short period of time, it can go up 2%, 3%, 4%, but then it stops. It's not sustainable. Then when it starts pulling back, they start panicking, the tourists. They start selling, panic selling. First it's panic buying, now it's panic selling. They're always in at the wrong time, and they always get out at the wrong time. By listening to fundamentals. You don't need to listen to fundamentals. Why do you need to know about price to sales or price to book? Or think about this. They used to identify if the CEO and management was good or not by looking at return on assets and return on equity. You really think that makes a difference in a stock today? When you got a bunch of gangsters on Wall Street, you can get money so cheap. And they all get together and they buy the same 5 stocks? Are you kidding me? So, but I want to go back. You always have to go back to see what's going to happen going forward. And again, no matter how negative anybody is on what's going on in the economy or in the market, just throw it away. Follow your chart. Follow the chart. That's your pricing. If the pricing's going up, you buy. Pricing going down, you sell short. And we've taken our charts. These are our own charts and designed it. I think they're better than any other charts. But that's what keeps you in the right lane. So let's just go back, because going back is going to tell you what's going to happen in March. In March, we're going to have, again, the ending of the banking program. So all the bank team funding program that the regional banks, and it's amazing the amount of money that's going in to prop these regional banks up. Prop them up, they're broke, just like they did in 2008, 2009, 2010 under Obama, propping these things up when they should have let them go down. So the banking crisis, or we know right now as of today, the leading economic indicators are all negative. Nobody cares. Because all they do is buy the same 5 stocks, the market moves up, everybody jumps in. 2008, 2009, we had the housing financial crisis. What was that caused by? Because the banks were purchasing from each other worthless assets. Subprime, like 2 used car dealers. I'll buy your car, you buy my car. Looks like we're doing business. That's what the banks were doing. Mortgages, treasuries, garbage. And then when everything hit the fan, they were insolvent, 2009. Obama and Bernanke get together, Federal Reserve, they purchased from the banks 100 cents on the dollar, screwing you and I, the subprime mortgages and all the worthless assets. So they could create an illusion, the soundness and prosperity of these banks. It was phony. Matter of fact, they even did these phony stress tests. Remember these stress tests? They're telling you the stress test, bank's fine. It's insolvent. For God's sakes. Unbelievable. So 2020, let's fast forward to 2020 now. COVID hits. Powell drops the Fed rates from 2.5% to 0. Now think about that. The banks now have 0 interest. What do? They got all this free money. And they go out and they buy these treasuries. So they have no cost to their money, and all these banks go out, and they start buying treasuries, and they're picking up a spread of 2.8%, and they're not lending. Why would they lend? They weren't lending. They're making 2.8% on 0 cost. What a deal that was. What happened then? I'll explain when I get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
What does it take to be a successful investor in the stock market? Developing your skills and learning from an expert like Phil Grande and philsgang.com.
It doesn't have to be hard or complicated to learn how to invest in stocks properly. It's like anything else. You're going to golf, or you're going to learn how to play tennis, ski. You need to be with someone. Learn off of them, one-on-one. Now, that can be really expensive, cost thousands of dollars. But I have a program that you can join for 10 days free.
Go to philsgang.com and sign up for a free free 10-day trial. Phil Grande has developed tools to teach you how to invest in stocks properly. Not only when to buy stocks, but how to sell stocks short.
85% of people in the market lose money. Get out of that group by just joining Phil's gang.
Now you can learn to invest like a pro with a pro, Phil Grande. Take advantage of this special offer for a free 10-day trial at philsgang.com.
Try it. 10 days free.
That's philsgang.com.
philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Grande of philsgang.com. Over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And the Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
I've signed up, and I've learned an incredible amount from Phil and Steve. The staff at Phil's Gang gives platinum-level service and stock recommendations. It's as simple as that. At the end of a month or so, I've always been in the black. Phil's Gang is a class act. I'm happy to be a member.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. When you listen to the advice of Phil Grande at philsgang.com, you'll find investing in the stock market makes sense with the right guidance.
People keep saying to me, boy, things are hard, things are tough. Boy, the market's really screwed up. And I don't agree with them. For us here at Phil's Gang, we make it so it's simple. It doesn't matter if the market's bad or good. We consistently do well because we make it simple. And just like for my listeners on the radio or on the internet or my podcast, we make it simple. We try to break it down so you really understand why the market is going up or why there's continued inflation or why the bank rates are going up. So you understand. Especially yields. The most important thing to understand how yields work. Just what we do. We work hard at it.
Trusted advice, easy to understand strategies that will make you a better investor. Get all the details at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Want good investing advice from someone you can trust? Listen to Phil Grande.
With what's going on today in the economy, especially in the stock market, it gets really complicated, but it doesn't have to be. My job is to make it simple, to get through the fog. And I think I do that, and I think I do a pretty good job of that, especially why you should be buying a stock, or why you should be in the market, or not in the market, or shorting.
Invest wisely with the knowledge of Phil Grande at philsgang.com. What does it take to be a successful investor in the stock market? Developing your skills and learning from an expert like Phil Grande and philsgang.com.
It doesn't have to be hard or complicated to learn how to invest in stocks properly. It's like anything else. You're going to golf, or you're going to learn how to play tennis, ski. You need to be with someone. Learn off of them, one-on-one. Now, that can be really expensive, cost thousands of dollars. But I have a program that you can join for 10 days free.
Go to philsgang.com and sign up for a free 10-day trial. Phil Grande has developed tools to teach you how to invest in stocks properly. Not only when to buy stocks, but how to sell stocks short.
85% of people in the market lose money. Get out of that group by just joining Phil's Gang.
Now you can learn to invest like a pro with a pro, Phil Grande. Take advantage of this special offer for a free 10-day trial at philsgang.com.
Try it. 10 days free.
That's philsgang.com.
philsgang.com.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
But I remember the story of a fellow who was running for office as a Republican, and he was in a rural area and it wasn't known to be Republican, and he stopped by a farm to do some campaigning. And when the farmer heard he was a Republican, his jaw dropped and he said, "Wait right here till I go get Ma. She's never seen a Republican before." So he got her, and the candidate looked around for a podium from which to give his speech, and the only thing he could find was a pile of that stuff that Bess Truman took 35 years trying to get Harry to call fertilizer. So he got up on the mound, and when they came back, he gave his speech. And at the end of it, the farmer said, "That's the first time I ever heard a Republican speech." And the candidate said, "That's the first time I've ever given a Republican speech from a Democratic platform."
That's great. That was great. Unbelievable. Okay, so I want to just go through with you, okay? Anybody's got in their mind, what is the market going to do? This should answer it. What is the market going to do? And by the way, you should always go to my YouTube channel and Instagram where I do these 1 minute, 1.5 minute, and they're great. And we get tremendous people, 35,000, 65,000 people look at these things because they're just short blurbs, right to the point, what I think the market's going to do. And they're right. But again, the frustrating thing to me is we've been in these same stocks since October. The same ones. NVIDIA, Apple, Microsoft, Google, Amazon. Are you kidding me? I mean, that's the whole stock market. So going back to what's going to happen, insolvency in 2009, the banks. Fed goes in, prints all this unbelievable money, buys all the garbage, mortgage-backed securities, the subprime mortgages, worthless assets, 10 cents on the dollar, and now the banks that are worthless are now propped up, creating an illusion of soundness and prosperity, and they do this fake, phony stress test. Fast forward, 2020. Now remember, from 2010 to 2020, you got these banks, the biggest banks in the world, being propped up, all phony. COVID hits. What does Powell do? He drops rates from 2.5% to 0. The 10-year Treasury yield in August 2020 was at 0.5%. What are you, nuts? So banks took the zero interest rate. They took that money, what a bonanza, and they went and bought treasuries that would give them 2.8%. So there they are with all this money. They're not lending. They're going, hey, I got all this money. Look at this money coming down from helicopters. It's free. I just got to go buy a bond. I get 2.8%. I don't have to go to work in the morning. 2020. The 10-year Treasury. What a boom. Housing. The 10-year Treasury yield was 0.6%. You could get a mortgage for 2%. Housing boom took off. 2020. Then there was a little thing called inflation. Inflation. This is how stupid the bankers are. Did the banks not think that they took that money at zero and they got a spread of 2.8%, that this wasn't all inflationary? All of a sudden, Powell has to start raising rates. 2022, no more zero, now to 4.5%. Uh-oh, all the banks are sitting there screwed because now that they bought these treasuries are getting a spread of 2.8. Now they're losing money because now the rates are at 4.5 and they're only getting 2.8. Now they're upside down. 10-year treasuries at 0.6 2020. The yield now 4.3 in October 2022. 5.5 in 2023. The banks are sitting there screwed because now they've been giving mortgages 2.8%, 3%, and now They're losing money on every mortgage they have because now it's 5.5. And they're sitting on these mortgages. And everybody's saying how great the economy is. Isn't that stupid? How great the economy is? Listen to this idiot.
The economy is remaining strong.
Does that sound strong to you? When all the banks are sitting there losing money left and right on their treasuries, left and right on the mortgages that they've been giving out for 2.8%. March 2023. Silicon Valley Bank, First Republic, Signature. What happens to them? Well, all those treasuries they had that they're getting 2.8% on, now they're losing money at 4.3. They don't have any money. People go to the banks, try to get their money out of the bank. We don't have any money to give you. First time in history, there's a run on the banks. So what does Powell do? Powell turns around, he let them go down. He let them go down the hill. And then there's 180 other banks ready to go down with them. Powell comes in, and he says, know what I'm going to do? I'm going to offer people to invest in the government, to buy treasuries from us. We'll give them 5% interest. So wait a minute. So the government is saying to the banks that are already going broke in trouble, hey, take your money out of the bank that you're getting 0.25% interest on. We're going to give you 5.25%. 3 months. You talk about a run on the banks. So you have 180 banks that everybody's taking the money out of the banks and giving it to the government, investing in the government, lending money to the government. How stupid. That's called crowding out. Now, if you're a small business, you go to the bank and you need a line of credit for your business, you can't get it. Or you got to pay a 10% interest rate because there's no money at the bank. So whatever money they have in their reserves, they want big interest rates. So our economy is starting to go downhill. Remember, this is from 2020 to 2022. This was 24 months that this whole country got screwed. In 24 months, they turned this country upside down. I've never seen interest rates. I've been in this business 52 years. I've never seen 10-year treasury yields go up so fast. From 0.5 to 5% between October 2022 to October 2023. What, are you nuts? So Powell, by offering this 5.4%, hey, take your savings out of the bank. How stupid. Now, this bank term funding program, you got 180 banks are going in and borrowing money, and they have to pay it back in a year. And they can't. They don't have any money to pay it back. There's 162 billion they have out there. There's going to be 650 billion in losses when they can't pay it back. But the economy, how's the economy doing?
The economy is remaining strong.
Oh, thank you, Aunt B. Remaining strong. Investment banks, your biggest banks in this country, they're broke. Citi's broke. Bank of America's broke. Wells Fargo's broke. Here's the numbers. These are true. Look them up yourself. The combined unrealized losses for these banks, they're not making profits. I have to laugh every time the earnings come out. The bank's earnings come out, we made 38 billion. We made 22 billion. What? You're losing money. Citi has unrealized losses of 25 billion. Bank of America, 132 billion. Wells Fargo, 40 billion. And Big Shot Diamond, 40 billion he's in the hole. Not going to tell you that, though, are they? More when I get back. Join my gang so you're on the right side of the stock trade. Jeez.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Become an expert investor. Here's Phil Grande of Phil's Gang Radio Show.
If you want financial freedom, then don't let Wall Street hold you back. Discover what they are hiding and how to thrive, even in a stock market crash. Unlock these secrets with a 10-day free trial to our Working Investor Program. Real strategies, no fluff. Take action right now Come on, become a Phil's Gang member and reclaim your financial freedom. Just visit www.philsgang.com.
If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, just listen to Phil Grande.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. There's many reasons to listen to a radio show, but I think to listen to my show, you get the truth, you get clarity, and you get great information.
No matter what level of investor you are, Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success.
You know what? Most of all, it's fun. philsgang.com. Clarity, good information, and fun.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners and shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. Want the truth when investing in the stock market? Here's how.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Listen to my radio show every day because that's where you're going to get the truth. You're not going to get the truth listening to these dopes on Fake Business News Network. The other day, Kramer said, don't listen to the banks. They're giving you wrong information. When he told you to buy Merrill Lynch, remember? And what happened? They went broke.
Get the truth at philsgang.com.
Join my gang, philsgang.com. Get the truth. And also listen to me on my podcast on YouTube and Rumble. That's philsgang.com.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. If you invest in the stock market, take a moment for this important advice.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You've got to stop listening to the fake business news networks because they tell you what you want to hear instead of what you need to hear.
Phil Grande guides you step by step on investing.
You're going to know exactly what the tone of the market is. Do I sell? Do I not sell? Do I buy?
All you need to know is philsgang.com.
Check it out, philsgang.com, philsgang.com.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grande. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And earnings season for Q4 is not looking particularly strong. The estimates were for 8% earnings growth at the beginning of the quarter. We're coming in at about negative 2%. Well, negative 30% is actually what's been reported, but we're only 10% way through. And 2% is what the analyst community is looking for.
I believe that the market is actually feeding off of earnings.
Isn't that amazing? These are your fake business networks. They should get their stories straight. That's why we use charting, but a particular chart. It's called Pro 2 color code chart. It's our chart. We designed it, so it works. But what amazes me is when they're telling us how everything seems great.
We see the same thing other people see, which is a strong economy.
Yeah, really. Okay, so let's think about this for a minute. Strong economy. Biden continues to spend more money than he takes in. Tax revenues, okay, are down big time. You continue to destroy our energy, our drilling, our oil independence, which has given us huge inflation. He's caused an inverted yield curve. 8 out of 8 times we had an inverted yield curve, we had a recession. So they can lie all they want. You're not going to have a recession. We are. We have the fastest bank tightening on record, worst earnings in 25 years, largest national debt, rising yields and rising inflation, rising debt and deficits, fastest bank tightening. And I could go on and on. Does that sound good? But you got to keep your eye on, in the meantime, while all this is going on, and while they're holding this up, they've been holding this up for 14 years, stay with the stocks we're in every day. Join our gang. You can be right with us. When the market broke out last Friday to its high, remember, you only had 2 tech stocks that broke that out, NVIDIA and Microsoft. Then you had GE and JPM. We've been in those stocks, so we captured that. Every day since October, NVIDIA, Meta, Microsoft, same stocks. Same stocks. That's what the whole market is today, those few stocks. But now we got a problem. Savings. She's saying the economy's strong. Everything's strong, right? Economy's strong. Powell, economy's strong. How can it be strong when savings, when we had the COVID, what did they do? They turned around, dropped interest rates, like I explained to you, down to 0. Savings. You didn't have to pay your, remember, the student loan. $100 billion a month goes to the student loans. The $100 billion didn't have to go to student loans. So it went to savings and then spending. So savings went up to $2.5 trillion. 35%. Savings were 35%. Remember, savings normally in America is an average of 8%. By 2024, we went from 2.5 trillion down to 190 billion. People are having to take savings out to survive because inflation's so high because of the programs they put in place. The programs, American COVID and Inflation Reduction Act and Omnibus and Ukraine and on and on and on. So wait a minute. So savings drops from 2.5 trillion down to 190 billion between 2020 and 2024, 24 months. So from 35% to 4.1%. But wait a minute. No, not 190 billion, not 4.1%. It's negative because the way you got to look at savings, let's look at savings based on, okay, if a person, after he pays all his taxes, all the essentials he has to pay, his mortgage and rent and electricity, how much does he now have left for savings? Negative savings. So we went from 2.5 trillion down to a goose egg, nothing. Oh, but we're being told, right? We're being told, hey, everything's fine.
To me, we have the strongest economy perhaps I have ever seen.
Yeah. Does that sound like a strong economy? We went from 2.5 trillion in savings down to a goose egg. Now, if you don't want to count, the expenses, and you want to count your savings without taking out your expenses, that's up to you. That's still 190 billion.
The economy is
unbelievable. Unbelievable. So if you want to know what's going on, you want to know what's going to happen, it's a crazy question. There's only one way for this market to go, this economy to go. It's just win. But we'll tell you when. You join our gang, and our traders, our investors are right with us, right next to us, online, right there. Every morning, every move we make, they make. Every move we make in a stock, we add to a stock, they add. We're going to short it, they short. It's like having a private pro golfer right next to you if you're a golfer. Listen to this. This is Charles Payne.
Someone punches you, you punch him back harder. That's why I grew up in Harlem.
Not if the country's at stake, right?
He became president of the United States with that same personality. I don't think listen, I think it's worse with Biden calling MAGA. Biden's anger and vitriol and hatred for MAGA is far more worse than President Trump's individual battles with someone who crosses him. That is something that is really detrimental to this country, that the president of the United States despises half of the United States.
I guess he makes a good point. I don't know. I'm not a politician. So it's going to be really interesting how this all turns out. But I just hope it turns out where we can get back to where we have pensions again, not 401ks. Till we get back that you don't have to have a second job. You don't have to have a full-time job and a part-time job. Wouldn't it be nice to get back where you have your home, you have your car, it's paid for, you got your kids' college all paid for. Time you retire, your house is all paid for. See, we could get back that way. That's the way our parents and grandparents lived. But when you got inflation, when you got a president spending more than he takes in, there's only one way you're going to go, down, big time, down. You're going to lose. But you were not going to lose here at Phil's Gang, because we are going to be in front of that market when it starts crashing. Maybe this market goes up for another 6 months. Maybe because of the election, it goes up for a year to November, from now to November. Who knows? That's all right. We'll just make money. We'll be in the same NVIDIA, Meta, Microsoft, Google, and Amazon. Stay in the same stocks. Over and over. We got a real good trade going right now with oil. There's going to be a lot of money to be made in oil. A lot of money to be made in gold. Everybody goes, I don't want those. Oh, you wait and see. You wait and see. These mining stocks and these gold and the oil stocks and China. We bought China the other day. We bought China. Where is it? Where's the symbol on that? Where did it go? What's the symbol? I think it's FXI. There you go. Yeah, we bought that the other day. That I told them this is going to be a good deal. FXI. The Chinese market got slaughtered. Okay, look at that. I mean, it got killed. So I had them go in and buy the other day because I said, know what's going to happen? Everybody who shorted that market around $30, and now it's down around $21, they're going to start buying their stock back. And we'll be right there. We did. We went in and we did what they call swing trade. It's not long-term investment because this isn't going to last long. But we wanted to catch all those people who shorted it. Now they got to buy it back. And we got a nice rally from around 220, I think around $20, I guess it was, to now it's around $22.74. At 10% in about 5 days. So we told everybody to take their profits. We sent out alert to all our members. But there's a lot of good deals like that. But you can't be doing what the tourists do. You can't be buying at the top. If you're jumping in right now to buy Apple and Microsoft and Google, all those same crazy stocks, look what happened with the .com. We're right back there again. And keep watching the news about the repo facility, because the money in that repo facility went from $2.2 trillion down to $650 billion. One day you're going to hear they didn't have enough money overnight to open up the banks the next day. It happened once before.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grande, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.